Right then, my lovely peeps. Right, I need to remember to close that because otherwise I stare at myself recording. Subscribe video, woohoo! Right, first things first. We've been doing the Q&As, and I am going to keep doing those. One of the things that I need to work out is I'm recording this directly onto YouTube. So go onto YouTube, click upload, and then there's a thing where you can record from webcam. That's what I'm doing, and this is using my webcam. The audio's with the webcam as well. Just kind of trialing it out. One of the reasons why I'm recording live is it's much quicker. I've not got to render it. Video goes up pretty much instantly as well. It just saves a lot of messing about. But the webcam is 720p, but YouTube seems to be only accepting it in 360p. I don't know if that's something that they're fixing so that, you know, where it's a webcam they're not allowing HD to go up. I don't really know yet, so we're going to have to see. Otherwise I'm going to have to start, if I'm going to keep this kind of relaxed kind of webcam format, I'm going to have to maybe start doing it with Vegas, because that's what I render my videos in. Anyway, the reason why I've not really been doing it with the other cameras for those other reasons, because all the rendering and stuff. I'm just going to have a slurp with my new cup. Oh, I need to see this anyway. Let me go back to it and go slurp my new cup. It's a bit dark. Let's go. La la la. And I'm going to have a bite of a cake as well. See, I'm staring at myself again. If you understood that, I'm glad you did, because I didn't. Right. So, let me know what you think about the Q&A, because it's still a very raw thing. As you can see behind me, we have a new cupboard. This, the one that you can just not see here, that is what I call my magic cupboard. The oak one is now the cupboard of dreams. And then there's, an immense amount of stuff in there. One day I may open them, but I don't necessarily like to let you know too much about what goes, stays, hangs around. But people do keep asking me about hardware, whether it goes and stays and stuff like that. Everyone seems to assume if you review it, you get to keep it. It doesn't work that way. A lot of stuff does go back. Generally, if it stays, it hangs around for me to use in other reviews, which is generally why when you see me do something, I'm always pulling stuff out left, right and centre. Because I keep hold of it. The only things that do generally get given to charity, smashed up, sent on, got rid of, whatever, are cases, because they're so massive. You can't necessarily do it anyway. I should save that for another review. But let's face it, the amount of times you've seen me pull a case out that I've reviewed 3-4 months ago, you can understand how many cases I have in my garage. Like the Case Lab cases, both of them, the M8 and the STH10, still here. So right, yes. Subscriber video. There's a few little things I wanted to talk to you about. First thing is the folding team on Overclock 3D. I'm going to close this because I know I'm looking at the thing. Right, folding team on Overclock 3D. We have a very, very active folding team. We're actually number 50 in the world. 50, you might think to yourself, doesn't sound like a massively high number, but good brew. Doesn't sound like a massively high number, but even some of the teams behind us have got like maybe over 100 members, maybe even multiple hundreds of members. And we're actually still quite a small, compact team, but we've just got some incredibly enthusiastic guys. I'm going to put a link underneath the thread, because what we're going to be doing is I'm having a bit of a sort out around here because I need to get stuff tidied up. There's basically every now and then I need to kind of stop reviewing for a couple of 3 days and just have a good clear out, sort everything out, work out what I've got, remind some people that I've actually still got some of their kit in case they want it back, that kind of thing. There's a few things I've got kicking about. Now, this is all going to be going to the folding team. Now, this is an OEM GTX 560 that I got sent by Nvidia. So I'm going to be giving this to someone on the folding team. I've got a GTX 560 again, Zotac. This is actually a multi-view card, does 3 screens. Exactly the same thing. It's going to be going to someone on the folding team. And I've also got an Inno3D GTX 560 Ti 448. Again, going to be giving it to someone on the folding team. We're trying to kind of work out at the moment whether we're going to do a competition or something. I've got a member kind of I've eyed up to give this one to already. But this is something that I do quite regularly. I don't normally shout about it. Normally I send stuff to people quietly and they just kind of, it suddenly appears and they say, oh, I'm folding on this now, and I ask them not to. But it's something that I'm fed up with. People often having a dig about me with hardware and stuff, and half the time you don't even know this stuff's going on. So that's all going to be going to the folding team. Now we may have a competition for them, and all you need to do is be regular. But one of the things is I'm quite kind of, I do like to give it to people that deserve it. I've always been kind of really anal about, if I think you're going to sell it, I'm just not going to give it to you. Why would I want to? So that really depends. So that's something that we're doing. But take a look at the folding. It's the reason why the boys are so enthusiastic about it is pretty much every single one of our people has got kind of a personal reason for it, because obviously it helps with medical research, whether it's cancer, Alzheimer's, all those type of things, and a lot of kind of brain kind of related stuff. It's all to do with proteins folding, and that's what you're simulating, so it's helping with medical research. And I don't want to go too much into it. I do want to do you a guide though about how to set up the folding thing, because it's actually pretty simple once you get your head around it. It's something that you can't leave and forget. We've got a lot of people that run dedicated folding rigs, so they've got some old hardware, cheap hardware, whatever, built themselves a rig and they just leave stuff folding. A lot of you will be saying about electric and stuff like that, and yeah, fair enough, leaving a rig on running at 100% is going to burn electric, but some people obviously, do you know what I mean, want to do it, and once you start getting points, it gets addictive and you find yourself literally you're in a race with everybody else. You always want to move up the ranks, so it does get very addictive very quickly. I mean very, very quickly. Something else that we're going to do, which you may have noticed, is I can't do it. See, look, it's there. I need to remember it's back to front. Up there we've got a HX 650 watt Corsair power supply. Then we've got an M90 mouse, and then we've got a K60 keyboard that I'm going to be giving away. And I'm probably going to do it either on YouTube or around the TTL Facebook page. Not 100% make my mind up yet. We are going to be giving those away soon, so make sure you stay tuned. But they will all be going out for prizes. Don't know if I'm going to make it UK or not yet, because the hassles of sending it outside the UK really are horrific. So we'll see. But I'll mention all of that. I will end up making a video, but I don't know whether I'm going to base it around my TTL page or not yet. Really, like I said, I've not made my mind up. I need this and this. GS 800 watt Corsair power supply up there. I'm going to be doing shortly. I am testing the SRX. It's literally to my right hand side, left hand side at the moment. That testing is ongoing. I finished the first batch of CPUs, so I need to get those swapped out. And now, because I've done the 2660s, now I need to get those swapped out and put the 2687s in there, which are the higher speed, more expensive ones basically. So I need to get those in there and then do all the tests again. So I'm aiming to try and get something sorted kind of for the end of next week, because I obviously do still have other reviews and stuff that I'm doing kind of alongside it, like the Corsair one for example. You may remember that I had the Microlab Solo 7Cs in, the big massive speakers. Well, I've actually got the baby brothers, the 6s, sat right by the side of me now. They're basically the same speakers, but without, you've got the 6.5 inch cone, they've got one of those removed, so it's shrunk a little bit. I've been testing those for a little while now. They're on my desk. That review will be within the next couple of weeks as well. I just wanted to kind of give you a bit of a heads up. Something else which is still about is the case that can't be mentioned. It's now sat there. Yeah, I do still like it. It's kind of there, I keep walking past it. It was on top of here before I put the Corsair stuff up there, so you could see it over my shoulder. But the case has been up there because I've been brainstorming a lot with it. But yeah. But what do you think? Because I said to you about like the background, I was going to put a massive picture or some shelves up, but I wanted the new cupboard in the end to kind of, and it's to try and make things tidy. Because as you look at the previous Q&A vids, this up here was carnage. I've actually got the monitors that were on there before up there, and looking up there actually, I want to show you something. This is kind of Thermal Pro. This was something that I was meant to have done a video on ages ago, and I am going to do a standalone video as well. But basically, my mouse mat, and I'll show you because it is here. And I've had this since I did the original review. I can't even remember when the original review went out. Basically, it's here, and it's tired, it's dirty. It can go in the machine, but it's made by Pure Track. It's a talent, and like I said, you can see how old and dirty that thing is. The bloke that owns Pure Track, he popped up and he said to me, "Would you like a new mouse mat?" And I was like, "Yeah, mine's well dirty." He was like, "Well, yeah, I kind of guessed you wouldn't be the kind of idiot that would want to wash it like normal people." So he sent me a brand new one, which is obviously awesome. But now I need to do a standalone video on this, so I don't want to go too much into it. But he knows I have a fetish, and they've done a limited run of white ones. But I'm going to do a standalone video for you with that. Because honestly, for something to stay on my desk that long should show you how good these things are, and I love it. The fact that he's done that. Anyway, something else I'll show you, which will all go in a standalone video. This is my keyboard. It is very Mac, but it's not. It's a Keysonic, and at the moment I'm using this Steel Series mouse. Because I've been swapping and changing lots of my stuff recently to get ready for a new kind of domain for me to work on. I don't want to say too much about details and things like that, but obviously I am going to be building myself a new system. And it's all going to be heavily based on white. And my whole kind of domain where I sit and look is all going to be white. So yeah, think on that. I have some lovely, lovely stuff coming that I've been kind of in an hour about for a little while. I have, yeah, I don't want to say too much about it until the stuff turns up, but it's on its way. But obviously I will be doing a project for me, and I am going to call it Orca. Orca I've made my mind up now. I know what I'm going to do. I know what case I'm using. I know the hardware. I've got 3 things that I'm waiting to arrive, and then I've also got some stuff that I'm waiting to come from Taipei. And once it's all here, and I can actually, you know, get in there and start measuring stuff up and planning and knowing where stuff's going, I will start making the videos for you. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, but I've got to do myself a custom rig. But I've already been looking at the black version of the case and kind of eyeing stuff up and doing stuff like that. I already know a few little things that I'm going to do. But yeah, until everything's here, I can't kind of start putting all the bits in the case and start measuring up properly, basically. So that is definitely going to be happening. I don't think there's a massive amount else that I can really talk to you about. I've got an Aqua tuning update to do where I've got their new 18mm thick monster radiators. I've got the 240 and the 360 here, but 80mm thick. I've also got, see, I could open that cupboard because they're in that cupboard, but there's so much other stuff in that cupboard. There's actually a couple of things that are under NDA in that cupboard, and as soon as I open it, you'll be able to see it, and I don't want to get in trouble. I've got some of their 30mm radiators as well. It's all copper stuff. May end up doing kind of a set up a system, and we'll see how the radiators perform throughout the testing. But we'll see how that goes, kind of thing. So yeah, there may be a few kind of quick videos I'll bosh out. It really depends once I've got my stations and everything set up again, because I'm just about to redo all my network as well. Because I've had to buy a bigger switch. I've been running a 5-port switch, but then I've got 4 ports on my router as well. So I bought myself an 8-port gigabit switch, and these are real simple. It's unmanaged. You just plug them in. So I bought myself an 8-port one, and then the 5-port one's going to end up going in the front room because I've got home plugs and stuff. Yeah, it's complicated. I will one day try and get round to kind of running you round, but people always ask for videos of my house, and I don't necessarily, I have thought about it a lot, but I don't necessarily want to start posting videos and You always get the trolls kind of going about showing off and that kind of stuff. So it's one of those kind of things where I've kind of kept that down to a real minimum. Even this, to me, you wouldn't believe how careful I have to be about what stuff's in the background and what I say and just what's laying around and stuff. It's quite mad. Yeah, the politics in this industry are horrific. But I think that's about it. We've covered the folding team. We've spoke about the possibility of the folding competition. We've spoken about the Corsair competition, which I'm going to do. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I really do think that's it for now. Please keep posting the Q&A stuff to the OC 3D thread. The two things that I'm looking at doing at the moment is talking about solid state drives and RAID and the complications there. And then the other thing that we're thinking about doing is not necessarily a power supply wattage guide, but just some power supply wattage pointers, because from the questions that I do get asked about power supplies a lot, people are always massively over-speccing their power supplies. To kind of put it into an instance for you, by the side of me, the interim rig is running on a 650 watt power supply with a 7970 in it and a 3960X running at 4.8 gigahertz. You don't need a huge amount of power. I don't think this really pulls much more than about 550 watts, and that's absolute flat taps. The power supply is an AX 650 watt Corsair, obviously, because I love them. But the fan hardly ever spins up. I think the only time really that fan spins up is when I'm rendering. Yeah, it's not even running at the moment. So yes, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. Please don't forget to comment underneath. I'm going to carry on drinking my tea. Oh, that was lucky. I didn't even plan that. Cheers, Skippy. So I'm going to keep drinking my tea. I'm going to finish eating my cake. And then I'm going to swap some Xeon processors out of the SRX and crack on with that. Please, please, please don't forget, if you want to keep up to date, and I mean more up to date, the Tiny Tom Logan Facebook page is the place to go. I'm always posting stuff up there to try and keep you guys kind of more in the loop and definitely more up to date. And it's kind of like my little outlet. We're always asking questions and buggering about. And yeah, there's always a fair bit going on there. But anyway, I really should remember to turn that page off. But for now at least, hang on, I'm going to get my thing ready, because where I'm recording live I always bugger up the ending. For now at least, this is Tiny Tom Logan with another video for you. Out!